Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Wednesday the 28th day. Okay, the 28th, I'm just going to basically just send a message, had a crisis earlier today. The 28th day of January 2026, the final Wednesday of January 2026. So I made this is manual trading. It says work smarter. Eventually we're going to be getting to the, I'll be getting into that pretty soon. But the new swing bands filter, it's not complete, but I've done some stuff. We're going to go over that. Synthetic Divergence, we'll go over that too. But we have some really good stuff coming up, really good stuff that's already out there. And I just wanted to show it all to you. We had FOMC today as well. I'm not exactly sure what happened with the FOMC. I didn't, before I came in here, I didn't check to see it. Just at 2:30 it happened. Right now they're doing the conference about the FOMC, or whatever it is. Whatever it is. Powell's being grilled right now about it, I guess. But anyway, we're just going to trade what's in front of us, like this right here on the ES. See that? I could trade that right there. If I had an ES dom ready. That right there. See, I was not quite ready on that one. I didn't get filled. But that would have been a fine trade, a fine way to start off the meeting. I'm going to hit cancel on that now because I missed it. Yes. There are several ways to do this stuff. All the stuff that we're doing right now. One of the things that that is relatively new is using this divergence tool that I created right in here. Okay, now that I still haven't put it all together. Well, I did actually put it all together. I didn't have it put it all together for this meeting that I could use right now. But basically what you're looking for is for, well, you're looking for, I showed this in the last meeting. This is more it right here. Now, let's just turn those off for a second. What you're basically looking for is for this right here, for the divergence line to cross into the trigger line, and the trigger line to get into the overbought at the same time. When that happens, you sell the open of the next bar. Alright, when it happens on the bottom, you buy the open of the next bar. Right there, you buy the open of the next bar. Alright, it's a really simple thing you can look at, and the way it works out, it's going to overlap with a bunch of trades, like the white bars and the purple bars. It's going to overlap with a bunch of those. And the big thing that I did this weekend, see this thing down here is my synthetic filter. The last meeting, I think the last two meetings maybe, I started talking to you about the synthetic data that I was creating based on the data that we have in these time frames. At one point I was going to give you the option to choose the time frame that you wanted to pull it from, but that is turning out to be more of a hassle than it's worth. So I got sidetracked in a couple of different ways. Let's go here, and we'll go here, and here, and here. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. The filter. That's what you guys are probably wondering about, because that's what I put in the email, right? You missed the last meeting, so you need to catch up on all of this stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, Blake. No change in rates. No change in rates at all. Okay, good. Good. That's good. Well, it's not really good. I guess they were hoping for a drop, but I think that was kind of a stretch. We had two in a row, right? Anyway, market's moving around really quickly right now. So if you're gonna trade, you're gonna have to be right on top of your game. I only have the NQ, so I can get rid of the YM and the Russell and the gold, since I only have the ES and the NQ trading here. And they're actually backwards, so I gotta put them the right way, my DOMs the right way. I normally have the ES on this side and the NQ on this side. Anyway, the filter stuff. Okay, so I created this filter that it uses, this is what the math looks like in an indicator. You're not going to see that, you're not going to have this indicator, but I just want to put that down there so you can see that that's basically what it looks like. And it's looking for this right here. If I click on that and I go to data window, this synthetic filter right here, I want to show this to you. It helps explain what this means right here. The 190. Okay, the filter range 190. What that means is anything that is within 190 and minus 190 in here is going to be filtered. Right? If the bar before is within 190 and minus 190, it's going to be filtered. If it's not within 190 and minus 190, like this one right here, it won't be filtered. Okay, now I don't have the filter turned on right now, but you can see right here, see that one there, the gray arrow right there was 2 something, so that one's not going to get filtered. The gray arrow right here was 2 something, so that one's not going to get filtered. The gray arrow right here was 2 something, that's not going to filter. The gray arrow right here that's going to get filtered. This one will get filtered. Now the gray arrows don't get filtered, it's the black arrows that actually get filtered. But this one right here won't get filtered. This one right here will get filtered. This one right here will get. This one right here will get. So what it looks like if you put it side by side. Let me change this. Let me just change this to the NQ19 range really quick. Okay. Put it there. We'll put it on a 19 range, so you're side by side, looking at apples and apples. And let's go all the way to the end. And here. So on this one, let's see. We'll filter it. Okay. So you can see so far. Oh, this one's already got the filter on. Okay, I think. Does it? Yeah, that one's already got the filter on. So this will leave the not filtered on. Okay. So you see the arrows are a little bit different color right there. That's something I'm working on. I haven't quite finished that yet. It's to let you know that that if it's a darker arrow like that, it's not going to get it filtered. And if it's just a plain gray arrow like that, it will get filtered. But if we go back here like this, I don't know, there's not too many that here. Right here is one filtered right there. That filtered a stop out right there. This one up here filtered. You would have been shorting, I think. Let's go see. No, it didn't actually filter anything. There was no trade there. It filtered one right there in the middle. It filtered this one, I think. Yeah, that one right there. Filtered that one out. There was no trade here, so it didn't actually get that one. But you can see it's looking to get the ones that don't go anywhere. In here, like that one right there. I think it didn't filter one in there. I guess it didn't. That's what it's looking for. It's looking to find the ones that don't go anywhere and to filter them out. Right in here. I guess that did go somewhere, but that wouldn't have been a valid trade anyway. It doesn't care whether it's inside or outside the bands. Okay, so it filtered that one out right there. And it looks like it filtered that one. That would have been inside the band. No, that wasn't a valid trade. It wasn't even a trade anyway. Okay, if you go over here, looks like it got... Anyway, it's a really simple thing that will grab a lot of those trades that don't go anywhere and take them out. That one right there. That right there. I mean, those are inside the band, so you wouldn't... You might have been doing that because it's a white bar. You might have been doing that anyway. But, just looking here, it didn't filter all that many here on the NQ today. But I wanted to show you that it does actually do a pretty good job of keeping you out of the ones that don't go anywhere. There's this one right here. Is that not it? That's not it. I don't know. Anyway, that's how the filter works. What does filtered mean? It means it's going to take the black arrow out. It's not going to give you a trigger, an actual trigger. It's going to let you know that, like right, no, well that wasn't filtered, obviously. I don't think I have the filter on this one, but let's go to the end of this right here and see if that got filtered over here. Yeah, it did get filtered right there. Okay, that one got filtered. Now, again, this is not a trade that you go from the outer band, but like this one right here, that went nowhere. That one right there that went nowhere, that got filtered out. The one right after got filtered too. But it's going to filter some of the ones that are winners and most of the ones that are losers. So it's usually roughly 2 to 1, losers to winners, and the numbers that get filtered out. And you can switch it to different markets if you want. I don't have this available to you guys yet. I'm still working on the parameters, but I want to show it to you because this is going to take care of a lot of those ones that, at the beginning of the trend, the beginning of a strong trend, or even in a strong trend, it's going to knock out a lot of those trades in a strong trend that stop you out at the beginning of the trend using the outer bands. Not the outer bands, but using the swing bands. Okay. This one right here just got filtered right there. Okay, now that's not a valid trade anyway, but it just got filtered. And let's see, this is the ES now, by the way. There's one right there, it looks like. I guess there was no trade in there after all. This one right here, that would have pulled right back, got filtered. I mean, that wasn't a valid trade anyway, but in here, that one got filtered. And right there, that was a valid trade. That would have been taken out. That one was not a valid trade. That's not a valid trade. This one right here did that. Seems like that should have gotten filtered. It didn't, right there. But this one right here, that stop out right there would have gotten filtered, and the one right after it, I think. This stop out right here. Sorry. But this isn't available to you guys yet, but it is going to be available to you pretty soon. I have to figure out the parameters. There's some things that I have to tweak. And then I'll make it available to you. Alright. I just got that to the point where I want to use it. I was going back to the NQ on a 19 range. On one of these I was going to the NQ 19 range. Okay. This is going to be an NQ 19 range, and this is going to be the S7 range. Alright. Let me go over here and see if there are any questions. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the questions at all. Yeah, it'll take the black arrow. It won't print the black arrow. You show the NQ on a larger range setting? Yes, Jeff, I'll show it on 100 range here in a sec. Okay. How do you get your charts off of data delay? Johnny, you have to go pay for the data. Let me save this and put that back over there. And I'll answer that question for you in just a moment here. The NQ just had this white bar right here, and I took that and I just got 4 ticks on it. I'm sorry, that was I'll show you. I think I got 4 ticks. I don't know for sure I did. It said I did. I did not get 4 ticks. I got no ticks. But it said I got 4. Well, it looks like I got 4 anyway. Alright, there was a purple arrow here. For those of you guys who don't know, if you weren't here, like Blake, you weren't here last week, the white arrows are mid-band trades. Those are right here. These are the intra-mid-band trades. They happen when you have blue here, price comes down here, and the bar price stays in between this range here, okay? It stays in between that range, and price comes out of the oversold on the trigger. All right, that's what the white bars are. The purple bars are when it straddles the mid bands, okay, and it comes out of the oversold. That's when you get the purple ones. Okay, so those are the two type of mid band trades that I had given to you guys to trade with the trend. Okay, you turn them on right here. This is inside the swing bands. All right, the swing bands that's out there right now that you guys all have access to. All right, it's right in there. Okay, and you can see those work out really well. The ones where you have a black arrow and a white band at the same time, like this one right here, a black arrow and a white bar at the same time, those usually work out really well too. If you have a black arrow, with a white one like that, and the black arrow is inside the bands like that, that's still it. You know, you're doing the white bar. You're not doing the black arrow in that case, but those really work out well. Hang on. So the question is, you take every white or purple, or there are disqualifications? No, they're there because they're there because they qualify. Okay, they're there because they qualify. Okay. This is about to set up a trade over here. Now, the other thing that I showed last week, I'm gonna minimize this. I'm gonna put it way down like that so it's not taking up so much space. Okay, the other thing that I showed last week was these things right here. Alright. This right here, if price is going into the oversold like that and it crosses right there, using this divergence tool right here that I'm going to build into the trigger, I think, you would buy the open of the next bar. Alright, and right over here where it does it on the other side, you would sell the open of the next bar. You sell the open of the next bar, buy the open of the next bar. Buy the open of the next bar. It's got to go into the overbought. Alright, it's going to go into the overbought as it crosses here. Okay. This one right here is one. Sell the open of the next bar. Right here is one. Sell the open of the next bar. Down here is a buy the open of the next bar. You see, that is another thing that I was that I was working on, and then I got sidetracked. But the thing I got sidetracked on is this. This is automated trades. Okay, and this is just January. It's just one contract. January, I think it's 1 hour a day, only shorts. So, initial capital was $1,000 to start out. Net profit, $2,634. I know the percent profitable isn't very good, but that doesn't really matter when you consider that the what is this on? 47 range? Yeah, I did a couple of these here. Here, this is on the 100 range, I think. This should be on 100 range. Oh, here's 100 range. There it is. That's one that should be on 100 range. Alright, and Jeff, this is what you wanted to see, right? You wanted to see on a larger time frame. Well, this is the automated stuff on a larger time frame. And this standing capital net profit is 5,210. Again, this is one contract. From the beginning of the month, and this is only trading, I think, 1 hour a day. 2 hours a day, 9:30 to 11:30. Did I actually... let me just look at that. It might only be 2 hours a day and 2 days a week. Yeah, we had the rest of the days in here. That's 1 hour a day and 2 days a week. Okay, it goes down a little bit if you add the rest of the days in there. $3,300. It's only 20 trades, but that is a fully automated thing on 100 range. And I had it set up here for the 47 range also. This one should be the 47 range, I think. And that again is fully automated. And this one, what is that? 9:30 to 10:30. So this is 1 hour a day. And how many days is it? Okay, that is 5 days. 1 hour a day, 5 days, and only shorts. I haven't done the long side yet. I started doing it, but I was way down in that rabbit hole when I was getting into this. Like, I spent a lot of hours on this over the weekend. That we lost a cat. Yeah, we had the whole storm thing, and we lost a cat. We got her back. We got him back. And I thought he was actually going to become an inside cat, but Jada couldn't take it anymore. She put it back out today. Yeah, so that's all stuff that's coming up too. Right? Pretty soon. I don't know how soon, but yes, that's the idea, Mark. I'm not sure how this is gonna be brought out to you guys. I just want to let you know that it's something that I'm working on. I'm not doing it alone. So, I mean, this part of it, the coding part of it, I'm doing alone. But there are parts of it that I'm not doing alone. So, I want to bring that to your attention. Just let you know. Because I know some of you guys are really big about that. Jeff, you wanted to see this, the filter on a larger time frame, right? Is this one that's filtered? Yes, this is filtered. Here it is, on 100 range. Okay, so it filtered this one. It looks like that one, that one, that one, and that one. If I just flip that on, you could be able to see the ones that filtered out. Okay, it looks like it's probably going to filter that one. Let me put this on over here and see. What is the synthetic value of that thing? Yeah, 208.99. It'll let this one go right now. 208.99. That one will go. See, the value of the bar before the black arrow has to be below 190 for it to get filtered. Above 190 and it won't get filtered. Like this one right here will be filtered. If I shut that off, you can see that value there. This is what I'm looking at right here. Okay, if that is below 190, then it's going to get filtered. And that's adjustable. I mean, you guys will be able to go in there and adjust it right there if you want to. So if you want less of a filter, you can do that. Sid, are we going to be able... Sid, are you talking about the automated stuff? Okay, the way that's going to work right now is it's going to go out to a prop firm. And so it won't even, it'll be out to a prop firm. And, top step is what I think I'm going to have to start with anyway. And so it'll execute across that and we'll see how it goes. I haven't done one myself, execute all the way through, but a couple of people in here have. So that's the pieces that I don't know, and the connection between, between here where it triggers the trade, the middle layer, and then the final layer. Those are the pieces I don't know. I'm sure that once I learn them, they'll be pretty easy to pass on. But that's, again, I know somebody wants to be really aggressive about the rollout of that. But I'm a little more cautious. Now, I'm looking for a down close here on this. Alright. This should be okay. And we'll look for that. We'll see if it happens. Alright. The mid-band is nice and blue right here, so all these trades off the mid-band right here worked out really well. And there is your black arrow, outer band black arrow right there. That did not get filtered. I think the filter's on this, right? It is. Yeah, it did not get filtered. So I took that. Here it is. And stop hasn't gone to break even yet, but I'll go to break even plus 4. The way I have it set up. Once it gets to 10 ticks in profit, I'll go to break even plus 4. There it is, plus 4. And now we'll lock in some more on that. It's 12. And there's 12. My first trade. Ooh, I'm going to go put that in. We're about to have one over here going in the opposite direction on the ES right now too. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm on 100 range. Well, I should use a 100 range bracket, right? That's probably what you're getting at. I didn't mean to do it on 100 range. You're right, though. Tanya, you have some idea. You can contact me, sure. Okay, I'm going to put this back down to a 19 range on the NQ, because that's what my bracket was set for. But we did get 12 ticks on that, so let's add that in here. Our total today so far, 12 and 1. Alright, and I think I have this set up right. Let me spread this out here. Okay, Okay, so because we have a gray in the middle like that, you're gonna have a black arrow there that's not gonna be a trade, but it could turn into a white bar right here. Okay, it could still turn. Now it could be. No. It's because it's darker like that. It suggests it's not going to get filtered. But the black arrow could still be outside the band. Now it's not going to be outside the band. If you get a down close on this, it'll be a black arrow probably. And now it's not going to be a white bar either. It is a white bar with a black arrow on the outside of the band. Okay, well I took it. Here it is. My stop just went to +4, and it just took me out at +4. Okay. Let me add those 4 in. Wednesday totals. That's another. There and there. And it should go down to the mid band at least right here. Now right here, this is suggesting it's going to go up on this bar. It's suggesting this bar is going to go up. I know we have things that are going against each other right here, but that's the way it is. The ES had a trade too. I'm going to lock in 2 ticks on that. Sorry, I didn't bring that over. I think I said something about it, but I don't remember. We're at +4 on the ES. It's at the mid band right now, and the mid band can act as resistance sometimes. So I'm going to lock in even more. We're up to 8 right now on the ES. Okay, at the mid band. That was a black arrow off the outer band right there. Now, this is going right down to the. See this right here. It didn't turn into a purple one because the open wasn't on the top. Okay, that reversal right there at the mid band. You see how both of them are turning down right now. This is going to be totally against the trend right now. If you have a trade right here, it's going to be totally against the trend. No, I didn't add on the 8 for the ES. Okay, let me. I missed that. I would have been at +4 right now if I got it, but I missed it. Let me add the 8 on for the ES right here. This is ES right here. 8 there, and now 3 trades. 3 trades. Okay. The brown arrows say that if you get, it's not going to get filtered, is what the brown arrows are suggesting. Okay, that's what the brown arrows are suggesting. It's not going to get filtered. That's what I was trying to put it in, but I don't know if I got it in there right. Mark, that was a recent last minute add-on that I did. All right, so we could have over here on the ES, if you get a down close on this, it'll probably be purple. Okay, a white bar with a black arrow on it is usually a really good trade. Usually. Okay, we didn't get the down close over here, so it's not going to be a purple bar. It could be a white bar now if we get the down close on this over here. Okay. Alright. Let me answer your questions. Let me go in here. Blake answered that. Let me go up. I want to make sure I answer everybody's questions. Gordon, I covered. Jeff, I covered yours on the larger one, right? Yeah, Blake, and yeah, I think I got all the questions answered. And Tanya, yeah, you can email me. Email me whatever you want. Feedback is good. Any feedback is good. All right. Let me slow down. Support@targetviewtrades.com. Support@targetviewtrades.com. Okay. So before I go too much further, I always forget to do this. If you haven't taken a trial and you want to take a trial, go here to tvtrades.com and sign up. Any one of these orange things will get down to the bottom. There is a 3-day trial. I think it's a 3-day trial. Yes, 3-day trial right now. $25 a week after the trial, or $90 a month, or $9.97 a year. That's the deal with the trial stuff. Now, targetviewtrades.com. Targetviewtrades.com. If you go here to this page, it's got a lot of detail about stuff that we're doing. Okay, stuff that I'm doing. You can also sign up for next week's meeting. It'll be in here by the end of the day. You'll be able to sign up for next week's meeting right here. And you know, the recording of this goes out on YouTube. This is a feed to my YouTube. Okay, so this is the last thing that I did the last thing that I entered in YouTube. I don't know if that was last week or not. How long was it? Yeah, this was last week's meeting. Okay. It's an hour and a half long, so that was last week's meeting. It's my playlist on YouTube, so you can go to that. And usually I try to stick them out here in past webinars too, but this page, for some reason, is just horrible. And it's okay when you're doing it from this side of it, but when I'm actually loading it in the background, it's horrible to work with. Again, that's at targetviewtrades.com. If you want to see anything, I know we had some new people like Michael, let me see if you're in here. We had some new people that want to know more about the trigger. If you go in here and watch the trigger video in here, you'll see I'm not really doing stuff with this. I'm doing stuff with the trigger all the time, all right? But I'm not focused on this right now. I'm always evolving. I'm always trying to get things better, because I trade for a living. So I'm trying to make things better for me. When I make it better for me, I make it better for you. So here we are. Let's get back in here and see if we can do any more trading now that I talk about it. This right here suggests that it suggested that bar was going to go up and close at the top. It didn't, but that's what it was suggesting. If you get an up close on this, it looks like it's probably going to be outside and probably be filtered. If you get an up close on this, I don't know, we gotta see. Nope, it wasn't outside, it was inside, and it wasn't filtered either. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, any questions? Anybody? Everybody? At this juncture. That was a pretty quick first half an hour. We have an hour left. And so far I've only got a few trades off, right? 3 of them. But we're up $180 a contract, or $1,800 with 10. So it's okay so far. We haven't stopped out yet, but I'm knocking on wood because just right there. We could have shorted that. It's too late for me to do it now on the NQ because it went 10 ticks into profit, where I would have bought my stop to break even. Alright. Would not you with a NQ25 range and 19 bracket? What do you mean, Sid? The automated stuff? Let me show you the automated stuff for the 19 range. It actually does look pretty good. Not that one, I don't think. I think I had prepared this one. No, that one is not profitable. It wasn't that one. Oops, let me undo that. And this one. Let me just check and see what I got the settings at. 30 by 50. I remember. Let me see. Does that make it better? I know I had done this and the 19 range was actually looking really good. But the stop and the take profit, you gotta play around with those to get it where it's gonna be best. I think I might have had it on more time. Maybe that's what it was. Have it on more time. I need capital on that. 1636. More time in that case didn't help at all. Yeah, more time is worse. Let's do almost a full day. Yeah, that's a little bit better, but I did have it. I know I had it somewhere so that the 19 range was giving really good results at some point. But right now, I think this is set for the 47 because of the stops that I have. The stop loss and take profit. I think that was set for that one. This, I believe I did this one for the 100 range. If I do that on 19, it's not profitable. I do it here on 100. Its ending capital is 4,300. And this only has 20 trades. This is just January. It starts January 1st. Okay. Closing and break even also. It moves really fast. Unless you're talking about doing it on NinjaTrader, right? Yeah, I don't know how to improve stuff on Ninja. I mean, I gave you guys the button things, and I stuck that. Let me show you where I put that, in case you guys didn't catch that. I don't know if I did that last when I did that for you guys. Actually, did I do it? Oops. Did I do it over the... Oops, that's not what I mean. Did I do it... here, over the weekend, I think. This stuff. January 23rd. What day is it today? So it was 5 days ago I did this. This is all the button stuff, the button strategy stuff. Alright, and if you want to use this, it's out here. You can go in here to the TV trades, this thing right here. You can go into that. And and yeah, you can just download it here. If you download it, and I mean, I'll show it to you. I think I showed it in the last meeting. I don't know if I did or didn't show it in the last meeting, but let me see. I think I can try to do it. I think I had trouble with that last meeting because I had some code that was messed up and I couldn't apply it. But this meeting I can, because I fixed that. It's loading up. I'll show it to you in a minute when it loads up. Alright, so whoa. Okay. And close on that and hit that and connect to a simulated data feed. Okay. And I took that in QTrade right there, the white bar. 87 up to 91, that's 12 ticks. 16, 20, 24. We just got all 45. Okay. That was this white bar right here. Sorry. Let's put that in. 45 more. That makes that 55, 61. And this a 4. Let me go back to what I was doing with the NinjaTrader chunk. Okay, so what you want to do is, I don't know how to do this. Press Shift, is that how you do it? Control is how you do it. Oops. And spread it out like that. Okay, so if you right click, once you put those things in the right place, and I'll show you where the right place is, you take those files that I just gave you, that I just showed you, you download them, and then you have to go to, hang on, let me find the right thing. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Then you have to go to here, go to Tools, Import NinjaScript Add-on. Then you go and find the file. There's two files here. There's a button strategy and the ATM range bars. I'm sorry, not that one. This is a button strategy. Yeah, and the ATM range bars. Those are two things. Now, inside this one, you don't have to open it. You have to import it. Okay? So you would just go here and click on that and hit open. And when it does, it's going to prompt you to do this, third-party add-ons and all that. And then you say OK, and then it does it. I already have it, so I don't need to do it. But that's what you would do. And if you, the other file that's out there, the ATM one, if you open, oops, the ATM one, I think I did that wrong. The other file that's out there is this one. Yeah, this one. You take all these things right here and copy them, and you put them in Documents, NinjaTrader 8, Templates, ATM Strategies. You drop them all right in here. Copy them into this folder. Okay. Then, once you've done all that and you have your button strategy loaded by doing that import zip file. Yes, you can, Tanya. Once you've done all that, then you go here. Well, this thing that I'm showing you right now, you can. Okay. Shane, who created those ATM strategies, just said he thinks you have to restart after adding the ATM strategies to take hold. Okay, but I've already done that. So you might have to restart Ninja after you do all that. Then you go in here and you go to Strategies, and you click the button panel, and you hit Add, and let me do this on a 7 range, okay, because this has got to be done on range bars. So do it on a 7 range ES, and we're not going to have any data in here for this to work on, apparently. But to do this, you do the same thing like I just showed you. You go to Strategies, you click the button panel, you hit Add. Then in here, the range bar, 7 range, the offset ticks has to be one more than the range bar. All right. And the ATM strategy, these are all the strategies that Shane had built for us. You just go out here and grab the 7 range ATM strategy. All right. And down here, you have to hit enabled right there. If you don't hit enabled, it's not going to work. Okay, then just hit apply. And say okay to that. And there it is. Okay, so this is the button strategy. You can change the sizes of these and all that. Now let me bring over the DOM so you can see what actually happens on the DOM when you do this. Okay. So here's the DOM, and I gotta put this on the ES326. Okay. So right now, what it's gonna do, if I click buy right now, it knows where the bottom of the bar is. It's gonna be keeping track of where the top of the bar is. So I hit buy right now. It puts an order on where the top of the bar is right there. Okay. So if the bar goes down, I can do this here. If the bar goes down, it's going to move that order down. You see it just moved it down? Because the bottom of the bar moved down. It keeps moving it down based on the bottom of the bar. Alright. Now, what it's looking for is for the bar to close at the top. It's keeping track of where that order needs to be based on where the bar size is. And what it's looking for is when the bar closes at the top, it's going to move it so it's one tick away from the top of the bar for you. Okay. And so right now I'll change the trend to up, so it's going to fill it. And we have the stop strategy, the ATM strategy. Hang on. Yeah, Jeff. Are you talking about the you're going to fill right here. Now when it fills, okay, so it's filled, and now the I don't know how to get down to the bottom. There it is. Well, now the stop is in place, right? The stop is in place. The stop actually just went to break even because the ATM said to move to break even after 4 ticks in profit, so it just wanted to break even. There's a target up here at 30 ticks, so it keeps track of all that stuff for you. And right now, I mean, you grab the stop and move it up right now and trail in some profit. But that's how you use this tool right here. Okay. So hit exit, and it'll exit out of that. Tanya, I'll show you how to get that in just a minute. And this is for Ninja 8. This is for Ninja 8. Alright, now the stuff that I'm doing with TV trades is not on Ninja 8. This is just so you can trade on Ninja 8. You can use this stuff to trade on Ninja 8. Alright, because I know there's a bunch of Ninja people out there who bought lifetime licenses to Ninja, and you're going to trade on Ninja forever, and that's fine. But that's so you can trade on Ninja 8. Alright, I don't have these charts, these tools on Ninja. So Tanya, if that's what you're asking for, that's not going to happen. The thing that I just showed you is out in Telegram. Tanya, you're in the Telegram groups, right? This is an open group right here. All right, let me find the link to it right here. You go to Manage Channel and invite links and copy link and done. Okay, so this is an open group right here. So I'll give that to everybody. I'll put it out here in this meeting. If you click on that, you can join this thing right here. And get in there and get that stuff out if you want to. Alright. When you click on that link that I just put in there, it's going to bring you to this, but you have to hit join group on the bottom to join it. Alright, it'll say join group on the bottom once you get in there. And these files are right here for download. That one, and that one. Okay. There's my disclaimer. Okay. Alright. Jeff says to do this on a Renko. Yeah, I know. One of the guys who was really influential in the outer band stuff. That's what he does it on his Renko. That's what you're talking about, right, Jeff? It's funny, his name is Jeff too. But he's in Dublin. And he does it on Renko. No, you would go in here, I think, and choose Renko. I just can't get my head around that stuff. But that's how he does it. He does it on the Renko, and he does it when it's outside the bands. Okay. But in Ninja Trader, smooth and range bars. Yeah, but I don't have this stuff on Renko. I don't have this stuff in Ninja Trader. So I'm kind of chasing our tail there. I'm going to go back to range bar because that's my world. Alright, so the ES, we're on 100 range ES right here. We kind of want to put that back down to a 7. Alright, you can't find me in Telegram. I am at trading_I_Q. That's me in Telegram. But you don't need to find me, you just need to click on that thing. But at underscore, it's at trading_I_Q. You can try my phone number too, Tanya. I think you have my phone number, right? You want to get off Sierra? Yeah, if you want to get off the Sierra DOM, Sid, then the stuff that I just showed you is on Ninja. I only have that for Ninja. I don't have that for any other platform. Right? And I didn't even create it. Shane created the ATM stuff, and he actually improved upon the button panel, I think, right, Shane? Didn't you? And David Z actually created the button panel. He's not in here. I don't think David Z is a TV Trades guy. Not yet, anyway. Alright. So I haven't taken any more trades since that last one that I took. Okay, to do a limit order. Okay. You can't locate the right one. My email is support@targetviewtrades.com. Support@targetviewtrades.com. Yeah, I know there's so many people out there scamming me, Tanya. In Telegram. There's people that took the logo that I created that logo. This one right here, that one right there. I created that. And there's like 4 other people that are using that. And try to tell Telegram that you're getting scammed, and they do nothing about it. And they even went out to YouTube and did it in YouTube. I don't know if YouTube did anything about it. I'm waiting for YouTube to tell me that I'm the one that's scamming them. But I created that thing. I'm waiting for somebody to start using one of the things that I actually purchased, because then I can sue them. 8 is the offset for a 7 range. Yeah. 8 is the offset for a 7 range, and 20 would be for the 19 range. Okay. Oh, you're saying, I'm sorry, Jeff, you're telling me how to use the Renko stuff. I can't get my head around it right now, Jeff. I can't. That's a big change for me. I mean, I know it's, I'm sure it works because, the other Jeff, who spells it Geoff, in Dublin, that's how he does it. So I know it works. But, again, I've been doing range bars for so many years. I can't get my head around anything else right now. Can trading be done on the free version of Ninja 8? I don't know about that, Sid. I don't know. I'm a third-party vendor for Ninja, so I get stuff for free. So I don't know. I don't know if it can be done for free out there on Ninja 8. I think you can use the free version of Ninja 8, but I think there's a lot of limitations to it. Like, they don't have bracket orders, and they don't have trailing stops, and they don't have ATMs and things like that. I think. I'm not sure. Ninja Trader has changed so much in the time that I've been doing this stuff, and the time that Ninja Trader's been doing this stuff. I remember when Ninja Trader used to be this little, they were a third-party charting platform, just like TradingView is, and they weren't really very good. But all right. You are welcome, Jeff. I hope you have a good day, too. So I missed that. I think I can move that over and get ready to take a trade in here. It's on the ES. It's going to give us a short. The NQ. Well, the NQ already gave a short at the open of that bar right there a minute ago, using that divergence tool that I pointed out to you. Okay, it would have been the short the open of that bar right there, and I was just gonna bring it over and show you I had 4 ticks on it, and just took out the 4 ticks. I guess I can show you the print on that. My 4 tick print. It did actually give me 4 ticks, so I wanted to make sure it did before I said it did. But here was that one. 4 ticks. Okay, and right now, this is suggesting it's going to go up right here, right now, the way that this came together. Suggesting this bar is going to close at the top. It's not going to give you any kind of a purple or a white bar. If it were to do that, it's going to give you a purple or a white bar. Yeah, it's still not gonna, because it would come out of the oversold, but it wouldn't be opening below there. Okay, but here it was 4 more ticks. Looking for it to close up, and it did close up. So there's another 4 ticks. I didn't add those last 2 on. There's 8 more here. Right. 2 more trades. Looking for the down close over here on the ES. Okay, the down close over here is going to be against the trend, obviously, but this right here, this suggested this bar was going to close down, which it already did. It's too late to get into. The ES, I can't tell. I don't have it. It's not filtered on this one. That's right. It's not filtered on this one. But I had the filter on. The S has got a trade here. This is it. If I do window, always on top again. Well, it's starting to run right now. Go to 4, 8 on that, and we're out with 8 on the S. Okay, now you're in the oversold right here at the mid band. You're below the mid band now, so I don't know if it's going to turn into anything. Over here, you need an up close on this one. Okay, you need an up close on this one. And will that one get filtered? No. See, the number I'm looking at is right here. The synth filter. If that is below 190, it's not going to get filtered. Okay. And here it is again. We'll put in those other 8 on the ES. 16 and 7 trades. Okay, so we went almost band to band on that one right there. Band to band there, almost band to band there. Right, so this right here is a trade right now on the NQ. And I just took that one. Here it is. Okay, it's not looking so good right now, but let's see how it goes. It's got a 25 tick stop. And it looks like it's going to stop me out. It did. Okay. That happens. So minus 25, that's 44. And this becomes an 8. And this becomes a 1. Alright, back here. This is one we're looking at, right? So this hasn't triggered anything. What range are we on this 100 range? Let's go down to the 19 range and we'll flip the 19 range strategy on that one right there. See if it triggers anything while we're in this meeting. It's possible that it could. It's not using anything you see right here. It's you don't have to have the mid bands on there. It's not using anything that you know of or anything that you see. Okay, the logic that I built into that is completely different. So this one right here got filtered. Okay, and that one right there on the yes is a white bar from all the way down here on the outer band. I usually like to see the white bars in the middle like that, but alright, this right here is suggesting that this bar is going to close at the bottom, which you can see it is just about done doing right now. That's what this scenario right here is, when it crosses there and it crosses there at the same time. Okay. I have no idea, Sid. I'm hoping pretty soon, but I don't even know how we're going to implement that. It might not be TV trades at all. It might be through some other business altogether. But there's a lot that has to happen for that, you know. And I hadn't even considered having to go out to a prop firm as opposed to like my regular StoneX account. But Sid, the ninja stuff, you can go get that. Tanya, you saw how to get that too, right? Wait, she couldn't figure out. I could add her, now that I think about it. Alright, pump that down. Does anybody have any questions about any of this stuff at this juncture? At this point? This juncture? That's George Bush, yeah. George Bushisms. Alright. So, I'm just waiting here. Something good to come along. Amazon. You know, these things have been triggered for 2 years. They've been going out. If I click on this, what does that look like? I guess I gotta click on it over here. And a log. A buy. So it's got a buy right here. That looks like a good spot for a buy. Now, when I created all this stuff years ago, this was based on, let me show you what it was based on. This. Right here, I believe. The midband, I think, is what that's going to be. If I turn the midband on this. It was based on this, anyway. So long ago. Oops, now I gotta go back to where we were. Sorry about that. Squirrel. That's what I've been doing all weekend. Squirrel. It's your fault, Jessica. I don't care if you're sick. I'm sorry. That's not nice. I hate that you're sick. But so over here we have a gray arrow. I don't know, do I have the filter on this? It's on that one. Interesting. Now I said if you have access to the divergence indicator yet, this thing down here, I have not done that yet. I have so many things inside the range trigger, I'm like hesitant to put something else inside there. I guess I can put it on this side. Give you a little switch to turn it on this side. Last week I was having trouble with the scaling, getting it to scale right, but I did get it to scale right, and I did actually put it in, but then I started doing like 10 other things, and I think I overrode it. So I gotta do it over again. I was going to try to get that done for you in this meeting, but for some reason I was really wiped out. It's been an emotional roller coaster. We almost lost a cat in the storm. It turns out the cat ended up staying with this lady who lives down the street from us, And she's the only one in our neighborhood who doesn't like our dog. She thinks Fern is mean. She's a golden retriever. They're typically not mean. But, so I guess we made amends with her. She took care of Scooby for 3 days. Apparently she's been feeding him all the time. 3 to 6 inches. Wow. Well, my generator's ready to go. I'm ready for another storm. That is going to be horrible. If they don't clean this stuff up, that is going to be horrible. Yeah, they definitely go where the food is, I know. She said she's been feeding 3 stray cats, and Scooby is one of them. And apparently she's been putting stuff out there about him on some other blog somewhere. Does anybody know this cat? You know, some that we never look at. I mean, you guys that live in this area, you know, like Jessica, you know, the Hickory Bubble and things like that. Yeah, she thinks he's a stray. But, yeah, he's just spoiled rotten. You know, if he doesn't like the food we give him here, he goes over there. And she does give him completely different food than we do. Alright, I'm long on this right here on the S, by the way. I'm sorry. I didn't bring it over and show you. I'm long on the S. It's not going so well right now. Yeah, it looks like it's going to stop me out. And it did. Put that in here. So we're down to 6 on that because that was a 10 tick stop. That becomes a 2. And this is a 9. Bang. Okay. Back in here. This is on the NQ that didn't get filtered. Okay, that did not get filtered. It gapped up right at the open. My issue with the gap up like that is I don't know if it gapped enough to get my stop to break even or not. But let's lock in something else on that. That's 24 ticks right there. 6 points. Okay. Why am I putting that? I guess I can put it there. It doesn't really matter. In here I don't really put those on. 24, that puts us at 60, 70. 70 there. And this becomes a 10. Okay. Go back here again. So it's got a black, if we were to get a down close right now, I think it would be a white bar to go with the black arrow, which would be a really high probability trade. Over here, okay, it's changed now. Could still be a white bar because the bands are still red. Yeah, I know people who got nothing better to do. See some of the things that are out there on that, and it's why would you put that out there? You know, so many times I don't read it that often, but if I do read it, I'm like, you know, better to keep your mouth shut and let them think you're stupid than than open it and prove them right. Alright, there's the black arrow with the white bar right there. I'm in that one right here. It's not going so good so far, but I think it will. And the S has got the purple one over there too. So hopefully these are both not going to stop out. Well, that one just got me. That puts us back over here, further away from where we were. Alright, that's 50, 45 now on that, right? But I get 24 on the last one. And I just gave 25 back. So we're off by a little bit. We're at $3,000 right now. 11 trades, 3 stop outs, 72% of our trades are break even or better. Okay. This right here. I suggest that this bar is going to close up. And, you don't have any indication over here from the yes. This is, okay, this is target view trades and TV trades. TV trades, target view trades. Wow. These things are just stagnant today. So I didn't really look at the big picture. Oops. Did we get a trade? Not yet. I didn't really look at the big picture when the news came out today at 2 o'clock. Guess it was this big candle right here. And I followed up with that one. Let's change this to the ES for a second. Yeah, there's this candle right here. Followed up with that one, and right back where we started. Interesting. You'd think I'd be more interested in that. Usually I am. But as I said, I was in a rabbit hole much of this weekend. Alright, so we have a white bar there. We didn't end up with a black bar to go with it because I think it just got filtered out. But it is a white bar in the middle, like that. That's the kind of white bar that I like. Here it is. Hasn't gone enough to bump the stop yet. There, now it has +4, +8. It should get up to the outer band right here. 76.50. If it gets all the way up there, that'll be all 45 ticks. That's 24. That I believe is 32, and that's all 45. Okay, the outer band right there. This right here doesn't suggest anything. If you get a down close on this, though, it'll be some color bar, I think. And we'll see. Now that's when I go to NQH and ESH, and not the first one that shows. Why? The first one is a leading contract. Okay, you're talking about the 1 exclamation point. I like to go to the actual contract. The H is the actual contract. When you look at, this is what you're asking, right? In here, if I go to NQ, there's a purple thing over there on the ES. If I go to the NQ1, that's the that's the leading contract right now, right? The age contract, that's what it should represent. But when you get around rollover time, then sometimes this won't represent the contract that you think it's representing. Yes. Lock in 2 ticks on that. Okay, that should make it down here to 7,002. That's what it means. So I like to use the actual contract that you're on, that we're on. Okay. I'm going to bring the ES trade over again so you can watch that come together. This suggests that this bar is going to close up. Right, obviously it's not closing up right now. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. That's one too many. Okay. Wow, I just crunched my mouse. Alright, so 4 more on the ES, and this up close here. I'm not sure what that's going to give us. This suggests this bar is going to close up, which has happened right here. Suggests this is going to close up. Okay. Here, and put 4 more on this. Goes back to 10. And then we're up to 12. 75% of our trades are break even or better. And there that was. That was the one we just did a minute ago. This one here did not. It suggested this bar was going to close up, which it did not do. We are not going to get any kind of colored bars anywhere in here right now. Alright. Jeff, let me make a copy of what you said in there so I can come back to that later. and play with it. And you said to do that on NinjaTrader? I can't really do it on NinjaTrader, but I can look at what's available on TradingView. What time is it? Wow, it's 15:43 already. Man. Right, where are we on the totals? 3,500. They're not too bad, but it's not our average yet. We were at the average. We were above the average at one point, but then I stopped out a couple times. Anyway, does anybody have any questions at this juncture? So far? I know I ask that all the time. It's because you're not asking. This right here suggested that bar was going to close up. That right there. And this suggested that one was going to close up. But it didn't. My synthetic divergence indicator. It's pulling data from smaller time frames, is what I was doing. So are these filtered? Those are not filtered. So this one just got filtered a minute ago. That one right there got filtered. The way that it works, now I haven't done this myself, but Jessica has done this, is it goes from here to, what's that thing in the middle, Jessica? Trader something? Trader Joe? Oh, that's a store. Trader something. It goes from here, Trader's Post, that's what it is. It goes from here to Trader's Post, which is the middleware, to Top Step, and executes over at Top Step. And it's fully automated. So, doing it that way, you're going to have to pay for the Top Step. You're going to have to pay for the Trader's Post. Top Step is loaded into the Trader's Post, and the strategy tells it what to do. Okay, and that's it. It just does it for you. That's the way that it works. So, you're not risking any of your own money, really. It's at Top Step, so you're going to have to pay for Top Step, and you're going to have to pay for the Trader's Post. Neither one of them are very expensive. Like Jessica's saying, the slippage is very minimal, and, we wouldn't be doing it on a 19 range if we're doing it on a 100 range. The stuff that I was showing you was based on a 100 range, not a 19 range. Okay. So, that's... Hey, it's Wednesday and the trash truck is finally here. It's supposed to come on Monday. It's good. I'm glad he came at all. But what was I going to show you? I was going to put this back on 100 range. See, this is the 100 range. And if you go down here and you look at the actual trades, the wins are bigger than the stop-outs, always. Stop-outs are pretty small. The wins are pretty big. This is a whole month's worth of trades. Right, it starts January 1st, somewhere around there. January 5th. But again, this is only the shorts. It's all right here. So profit percent is not very good right here. I'm going to work on it some more so it's better than that. I did have one that was much better than that, but it doesn't really matter because the target is twice what the stop is. So, this number here, this is break-evens that happen in there too. Like this shows 37. Well, this one here does actually show all 37 trades, but a lot of times there's going to be trades that are break even in there too. Show London time. Okay. Let me put in London time. That will be, we'll uncheck that, and that will be, let's do 300. 300 to 500. We'll do 0600. It'll be 3 hours. Not profitable in London time. Not many trades. I don't know what the deal is with it. Sid wants to know how many trades Top Step allows. I don't know if there's a limit in the number of trades you can take. I think if there's a limitation, it's going to be in it's going to be in the drawdown you can have. Okay. Yes, that is all right, Craig. All that stuff that you just said. And all this is US. Everything is US. Okay. But it's all in the future. I know Jessica would like to get it done this week and have a seminar about it, but I'm kind of a busy guy. It doesn't mean that the 100 range will always give that. It doesn't mean anything about the 100 range, the win rate and all that stuff. There's just a gap down here on the NQ. The ES just had a really nice white bar trade and a purple bar right there while I was not looking. And all those things that you see in here, you know, if I change the parameters around in here, then it changes all of that. So I got to get to the point where it gives us good information for what happened for the past month, and then if the markets run similar to what they've run in the past month, then we should have similar results. Okay. But there's an optimization that you have to be willing to deal with. Right, so the ES right now, if it gives us a down close here, I think that's going to be a trade. Yeah. Put the mid bands on with this. It would seem that your range side would dictate the amount of money you need to have in the account, quote unquote, to cover the drawdowns. Yeah, Jessica was looking at that stuff more than me. The drawdown here, this is a max drawdown of $691, easily covered by the Top Step drawdown rules. I don't know exactly, 200 is what Jessica said. 2,000 is what Jessica said. 2,000 is the drawdown you can have on a 50K account at Top Step. Wow, it's 352. Alright, so I'm looking to be able to take this ES short right here. Okay, and there it is. Here, I'm just going to jump right here. Here it is. It went down some already. I don't know if it went down enough to get the stop to break even, but I'll just jump in right here. And we'll see where it goes. In the meantime, it didn't get filtered. So let me just go to window, always on top. The NQ's got one off the mid-band right here. And this was a divergence trade right there that suggested this bar was going to close up. And it did. This 4 ticks profit in that one right now. I don't know if it's going to keep going or not. are we at? 72? What is 74? See, he takes profit in that one, right? 12. There it goes. 16, 20, 24. Get it all. All 45. Okay. Well, we needed that because we just stopped that on the S1. So that was almost a wash, really. Let's see, we'll add it in. Right now we're at 3,500, so if we take the 10 out of this, because we just stopped that on that goes down to 0. And this goes to 90. So we actually added some. This goes to 14, and this goes to 4. So 71% of our trades are break even or better right now. That's not really great. Usually we do better than that. But I'm missing a whole bunch of trades too. Yes. Well, we'll work out all those details. We'll iron out all those details as we get further into it, right, Jessica? Because I don't know all those details either. Like I said, the one time I did take a top step thing, I only did it to see if the NQ's going again. I only did it to see if I could get my indicators on it, and I couldn't. I canceled it, but I did just sign up for that one over the weekend when we were going back and forth. I haven't done anything with it yet though, so I don't really know. There's 8 more here. Okay, what time is it? 3:54. We have 6 minutes left. Try to get that up to an 80 or better. There's a white bar right there that I didn't see. It's kind of late to get into right now. There's nothing there. This right here on an up close on the NQ be an interesting trade to take, I think. There it is. Stops at +4, it's +8, plus a bunch more. That's 20 right there, and it just took me out with 20. It's 5 points. Getting there, 75%. 75%. When does the blue arrow pop out? Blue arrow? Oh, that's I drew that. I drew that. That's me. That doesn't actually pop out. I drew that once. In the morning session when I'm trading, I draw blue arrows on the trades that I take. The ones that are winning trades anyway. And I accidentally drew it there. My mind kind of drifted into the morning session. Alright, so this right here suggests that this bar is going to close down. The divergence right here suggests this bar is going to close down at the bottom. It doesn't look like it right now, but that's what it suggests. And this could end up being a white bar over here on the NQ. Right, there's the white bar on the NQ. That suggests that that's going to go down here to the outer band, and the down close. Well, we're still looking for that to go down on the ES, right? So I did both of these. There's that one, and there's that one. This one's at +4. We'll go to +8 on that. This one will go to +2. Okay, that should get us pretty close to 80%. This was +4. That's 122, and this is +2. 77.78%. We need another one. Do I use the same indicators for my AM live trading session? No, I don't. I use indicators that that you can get in here for the most part. I'll show you what I use. Inside here, I use this. Right, I use that. But I use it with the background colors in the context. But you have something else that's available to you if you put the match that, and you have TV trades on. So down here you'd be looking, when this is red, you'd be looking to take shorts off the midband. When it's blue, you'd be looking to take longs off the midband. Okay, when it's blue, take longs off the midband like this right here. When it's red, take shorts off the midband like that one, that one, that one. Longs you take off the midband like that. That's what I do in the morning, Sid. Okay, so you have access to all that stuff if you want it. The NQ had a purple right in there. I missed it. Not filled. Cancel it. See, how did I do today in the morning session? Did I do okay? No, I had a rough day today, as a matter of fact. I think about it. Was this? I tried to make $1,200 a contract in the morning session, and I made half that today. So it was a rough day for me in the morning session. Put these guys back on. I think that's the filtered one, right? No, it's not. That's the unfiltered one. Let's put the filtered one back on. Alright. We are in the oversold. We're at the mid-band. Wow, that's a rough trade right there. If we get an up close on the ES, it's going to be a white bar. Now it's going to be a black bar with a white bar, I think. Black arrow with a white bar. It still could be a black arrow with a white bar on the ES. I didn't do the NQ purple over there. I wish I would have, but I didn't. And now the markets are closing right now, right? Yeah, it's 1600. The markets are closing. Right, so this is the purple one that I wish I had done. I'm not going to bother with anything else. It's 1600. I'm going to wrap it up. So, if you guys haven't taken a free trial, go here to tvtrades.com, and click on any one of these orange things. It's going to bring you down to the bottom to take the trial down there. All the things that I showed you today are coming up. Okay, the filter. I'm still working on the filter. That's why I didn't put it out there for you guys. But in this session, it filtered out one right here. It filtered out that stop out right there. I think it filtered out this right here. It filtered out. Nope, that wasn't anything. It filtered out this right here. It would just filter out that stop out right there. Right. If I shut the filter off, I think. Oh, here. Let's put it that way. Okay, so it didn't actually have a filter. I'm going to trade in there. So that stop out right there got filtered out, I think. This one over here got filtered out. I think that one did too. I'm not sure. Oh, that one did for sure. And this one right here did. But so I'm still working on the filter, but it's going to take care of a lot of these things that stop you out at the beginning of a strong trend. We haven't had that many of them today because of the FOMC. So the markets haven't been trending really strong today, before the FOMC anyway. And the divergence thing, that tool, I'm going to add it into the trigger. It'll be in here in one of the settings in the trigger, probably down here somewhere. You know, maybe under the 50% offset. A little box like that is what I'm thinking. You just turn it on if you want to see it. I'm not going to trade anymore in here. We're going to end the session with $6,350, 18 trades with 4 stop outs, 77.78% of our trades. So that puts us, I think all these are updated around day 38. So we're at $170,375 in these sessions, averaging $448 per session. Right, $448 per contract per session. With 10 contracts on, $4,483 per session. With 1 micro, $44.84. And I'm still missing most of the trades in here. I'm only getting a fraction of the trades that are available to you guys, to all of us. And this is going to be the last one for January, so I can put the month thing down here too. Copy that and put it down here and see if it does it right. It looks like it probably did. That's 11/11. Yeah, that's probably right. And 36 10 39. This is 36. Yeah, it did. this is what we did in the monthly. As far as the month goes, in the Wednesday session, so it was a pretty good month. Ninja, thanks, Jeff. That's it. Let me shut the recording off, so that stuff that goes on YouTube will be all set. Again, take the free trial at tvtrades.com, tv-trades.com.